Skating is very personal because it was the first thing that like forced me to connect mind, body, and soul all together. If I'm on my phone, if I'm thinking about something else, life, I will fall, I'll hit a pebble. There's kind of like consequences to not paying attention to this stuff, but in a beautiful sense. So it kind of forced me to be in the present moment. And that's why I fell in love with it.
Gym class, we had the opportunity that we could go skate or, you know, be in the gym, but I'd rather go skate. So I would spend my gym class in skates, and then every Friday night and Saturday night, my parents would just drop me off at the roller rink and we would skate for hours.
The first time I put on skates was actually, I started on like a friend's pair of blades that didn't even fit me because he had skateboards, and so I just wanted something to follow along. But that first initial feeling of just rolling, absolutely fell in love with it. And ever since then, I met some people on quads and then understood the difference between the two and then switched teams that way. And now I can never look back. There's just a lot more stuff to do with roller skates. There's a whole community that I had no idea existed. And it's like now my whole entire life instead of a hobby, but it's beautiful.
My first skate experience was, I think I was 5 at my elementary school. They had brought in somebody who brought in a bunch of like those metal things that go on your shoes and adjust to your feet, and they had metal wheels. And they're awful, but it was like the best thing in my life ever.
For me, no, I started 2 years after 2020 was the pandemic. 2 years after the pandemic, only because a friend invited me to go to like a skating rink, and it was a popular artist, by the way, and I was supposed to join them, but I didn't know how to skate. And the event was like a week away, and I figured I would just buy some skates off of the internet, and I practiced out here at the basketball courts, and then the event was canceled, but I already got stuck and glued into skating, so I just never stopped.
It's more than just healing. It's more, it really is sort of a way to just cleanse yourself and let go. It's not many things you do in life let you be in the moment. And skating is one of those things that lets you be in the moment, which is, you know, that's priceless. That's hard to find anywhere else.
And it hits all the spots, mind, body, spirit, right? And then music and dancing.
But it's almost like the best drug in a sense. It puts you in this crazy, like, mental, physical state, but completely sober, you know? And again, it's that present moment feeling where it forces you to connect exactly with your mind, body, and soul. So I think it's like truly that flow state, just euphoria. Honestly, that would be the word for it. Euphoria.
Previous to this floor, there was a much bigger space. It was like more around here. It would take up, like, you would see skaters just everywhere. And it got downsized. You know, the city only gave us a small little spot. But we have this spot. You know, you can't just go places and skate for free. We get kicked out of tennis courts. We get kicked out of just about anywhere. You're in a parking garage. We get kicked out of there. So, you know, this is like a place that we can go for free and skate and not get kicked out and not get harassed and not, you know, we can turn our music up as loud as we want and nobody gives us any grief.
Now it's a thing. It's a place that gets accepted. You know, there's a sign there that says you can skate there. When, you know, when we first came, there was always you know, we were just skating in a place. It was not like supposed to be a skate place. There were many times when police wanted to not be there. There was actually one particular time that when I was, you know, in the old days when they were just basically saying no skating because of a dispute with an officer. Anyway, it got resolved eventually, but you know, now there's a skate area designed especially for skating. So that's obviously designated for skating. So that's obviously a huge difference. You know, we're not fighting to have that anymore. And in some ways, we weren't because it was such an integral part of Venice anyway that it wasn't like they were going to make it go away. So it's just nice that, of course, it would have been nice if it was a little bigger, but at least it's nice that it's our space, you know.
And that's amazing, you know? I mean, when I go to other places, other rinks, hockey rinks and places that we skate, there's always somebody in the neighborhood that wants to come and tell us to turn the music down, and it's too loud and you guys are making too much of a ruckus, and what comes with all that. And it's just like, honestly, we're just hanging out. Like, we really are just the most chill people, just wanting to vibe and wanting to have fun and have an outlet.
I know, it's so funny when looking back, I'm like, you'd think, we would get bored skating laps after 10 hours. No, we don't. We're still here. Little.
In general, how many things are worse than a dance party with your friends? I mean, a dance party with your friends, that's the closest thing ever. Start with that, right?
Yeah.
Who you got waiting on? Waiting on Mac. When he shows up, the party starts.
He's our coach. I'll speak for myself. I think he's a coach. He's a mentor. He teaches us how to control our skate.
I've seen everybody else. I've seen all the spins, all the weird side, spinning on the tip of the toe, whatever. And then I saw Mad, and I saw intricacy. I saw discipline. I saw magic. And then I said, you know what? That guy. I don't care how everybody else is skating. I want to learn that.
Then it started. There nobody know nothing about no roller skating, not even me. I had to teach myself all this stuff that I know.
You can't underestimate how important he was and is to the Venice skate scene in general. I mean, even in the times when he wasn't around as much, his legacy was on. When I started skating here, he wasn't skating that much, but we were learning line dances that he had taught. So I was getting Mad 2.0. I was getting the second-hand version, and now people are getting real Mad. So that's real Mad. So that's pretty nice.
Real Mad.
Yeah.
We skated on a slab of, see this right here? This is what we skated on. This was Disco Alley. From that old rig all the way down there, it was just wide enough for the trucks. And we made it work, and the circle was around us knee deep.
Once I start to do the line, I feel like I'm back there with them doing it as well, how they were doing it back then. And it just feels right. There's a thing about it that just feels like this is what it should be. Understand the new generation is welcome too. It's fine. But I still feel there's a place to still preserve what was, what brought everybody here and made them want to do this. Because everybody was doing the line back then.
Take slow music, practice with it, get good with it, and then speed it up. And then pick the right song. And then I would tell people is, let the song do all the works, not you. You just go along with it. And to get these people to concentrate on one thing, I got to do 5 things to get them to do one to alter it. So you get some people like to alter it because other people can't do it, and I just tell them, very rude. You don't alter the line for nobody.
When I first arrived here, I was not a very good skater, was not very experienced with anything besides just the skating around and around. And learning the line also has taught me how to do so many other things, how to coordinate things. It's taught me how to skate in many ways. And now I can access a lot more styles, but this is really, there's something Nad says, it puts the talent in you. And I am experiencing that firsthand.
If you've been here, you don't have to ask what makes you want to come back.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you got the sun and the palm trees and the ocean, sunsets and the people and the vibe of energy and the love and the music and the friendships and the skating and the fun. That's everything. It's heaven on earth.